Hi everyone, my name is Marissa and welcome back to my channel today. I am bringing to you 2015 favorites. This is all of the stuff that I've been loving this entire year. I know I haven't been able to do too many favorites videos on my personal channel because I've been working for Elle Canada and doing tons of videos on their channel. I'll link my playlist down below because you should totally watch it. I'm really proud of some of my videos, but yeah, I get to try out tons of products. I'm still buying my own products because I love beauty that much, and I want to share with you all of the best today. So I thought I'd start with the order of makeup application, and I'm going to start with primer. This is the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. I love this stuff so much. I can't even really explain how much I love it. It's an oil-free primer. It has a silicone-y type of slip feel when you put it on your face, but it seriously blurs over all of the fine lines and imperfections on your face, and it'll also help to absorb some oil throughout the day so that you look a lot less shiny, a lot less early in the day. Next up, I have two foundations. The first one, if you watched my last video, you're not going to be surprised at all. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation. I love this one so, oh my god, I love this one so, I feel like I'm going to be saying I love this one so much to all of the products, but seriously, if I could pick one product that I like from the entire year the most, it would be this product. It's that amazing. So it's a stick foundation, doesn't come with a lot, but that's okay because I guess you don't really need to use a lot. It's about a medium coverage foundation, but what I like about it the most is that it goes on so beautifully on your skin and it just looks like perfected skin. And when you buff it in onto your face, it moves so quickly and easily and evenly. I love this foundation so much, and I've been wearing it in almost every video that I've filmed this year. The next foundation I like to wear when I'm not filming, this is the Light Wonder foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. It is just so good. It feels really plumping kind of and hydrating, and it's really glowy. I really love wearing this one just for day to day. It has the perfect amount of coverage to just cover up the redness and even that up, but not to mask all of the texture of your skin. And I really do like when your natural skin texture shows a little bit. I have freckles, I like it when that shows. This is more of a liquidy, watery foundation, but it is also extremely beautiful. The other favorite this year will also not be a surprise because it's the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I absolutely love this concealer. It's like just the most opaque pigment. I haven't gotten the chance to try the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer that everybody's freaking out about. I will at some point, but I have 3 of these because I use one for color correcting, one is the shade that matches my face, and another one I use as a highlighter, and I love them absolutely so much. They blend so beautifully, though they're still really opaque. They have more of a demi-matte finish, which I think lends itself really nice to concealing because it stays in place much longer. For eyebrows, I love the Anastasia Dip Brow. It's what I'm wearing right now, but the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper is one of my most favorite products that I discovered this year. It reminds me of the Gimme Brow by Benefit, but it's about half the price and you get a lot of product in here. But I've used it so much that this is my 3rd tube already, and it just really holds your eyebrows in place. If you have long eyebrow hairs, it really is good for keeping things just glued in place. Next up for eyeliner, I've got the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. The tip is not a felt tip like most, it's actually a brush tip. So it gives you a really nice fine stroke, and I find if you get it at the right angle, it can give you the really crisp, sharp point at the end of a cat flick that is so important when you're doing that type of feline look to the eye. I just love this one a lot. It's really good. My mascara favorite is another one that it's basically everybody's favorite, and I was very resistant to trying it at first. It's a Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It is life-changing for me. It's my new favorite mascara. It's knocked the Maybelline Mega Plush out of the park. I'm wearing this today and I get seriously falsies level lift, curl, separation, volume, drama, everything. It's everything. My next favorite is the LORAC Pro palette. Okay, I have to start using another word. I adore this palette. Top row of 8 matte shades, all of which I have used, and then a bottom row of 8 matte shades, all of which I have used as well. And I have never met a palette before that I've used every single shade. Obviously some more than others. This cream shade is almost done. Same with the taupe. I use these two almost every single day, but the gold shade is so beautiful. I love light bronze. Garnet is one of my most favorite shades. from last year, and I just feel like if you want an eyeshadow palette and you have none others, like if I only had this eyeshadow palette for the rest of my life, I would be happy. Brushes are some things that I've been really trying to explore this year, and I decided to splurge on some brushes. And normally I just use Real Techniques brushes or ones that I can find at the drugstore, but guys, let me tell you, getting really good brushes with the perfect shape and really, really good quality just really changes your makeup game. The first brush I want to talk about is the Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12 brush. This one's meant for filling in your eyebrows. I use it with the Dip Brow Pomade all the time. It's got an angled, tiny liner brush that is really thin and perfect for drawing in individual hairs, and then a spoolie on the other side, which I use to just blend everything out. This one is indispensable for me. I can't do my makeup if I don't have it. As I said, I decided to splurge on some brushes, and the highest quality, best brushes that I've tried yet are the Wayne Goss brushes. I got them from Beautylish, which is one of my favorite places to order from, and this is the number 3, which is a really big blending brush, and I use that to blend shadow all over the lid. And this one here, number 4, is arguably my most favorite. It's more of a tapered kind of shader brush, and you can use it to really get in the crease and add a darker color to define and add that natural shadow gradient. And then this tiny little brush is the number 8, and it's great for tight lining and adding the perfect amount of eyeliner to the top lash line. I just love these brushes. They are ultra soft. I've never felt brushes this soft before. They're really, really well made. There's a little bit of shedding because they're a natural hair, but they changed my makeup game. All the makeup looks I've been doing, I feel, have just been elevated because of the use of these 3 brushes. Earlier at the beginning of this year, I really was obsessed with finding a face powder, and I know face powder can be kind of, I don't know, boring, but I mean, my first love is concealer, so I guess I like the boring stuff, and I wanted something that would really blur over pores, fine lines, and just set my under eye concealer so that you wouldn't see any creasing in the middle of the day. I think that that's just one of the most annoying parts of wearing makeup, when things start to crease and settle and just not look the way you want them to when you applied it. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, and I love it. First of all, it looks like a rose gold pearl in your hand, and when you open it up, it's just even the same beauty on the inside. The powder is silky smooth, and it does exactly like it says. It's Airbrush Flawless Finish, and it blurs over everything and does exactly what I wanted it to do. I love this powder. Next, I'm going to go on to my favorite face brushes, and if you have been watching some of my videos, I mean, you'll pretty much be able to guess. There's nothing of a surprise here. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Powder and Sculpt brush. I love it. I'm gonna try not to talk about it too much, but I love it so much. I can't really do my makeup without it. It's got a precision tip, so it's really good for getting into contours of your face. I even kind of squish the bristles down and then contour the sides of my nose with it. That's what I did today. And it's also fluffy enough that you can blend everything. It is beautiful. I love this brush. Then I was talking about the Makeup Forever Stick Foundation. This is the Partner in Crime, the Face 3 brush by Marc Jacobs. It is huge, it's dense, it really flawlessly blends in foundation in a snap. It's really good. And last but not least, for face brushes, this is the Tweezerman Flat Top Foundation Brush. I've been loving cream contour, and this is the brush that I use to blend it in. So I use a pointed tip foundation brush to draw in the contour, and then I just take this and I pat in and blend it in. So what it does is, because it's a flat top and it's synthetic, it works really nicely with the cream, and it presses everything in and blends it without moving it around on your skin, so I still get that precise contour where I want it to be. Speaking of cream contour, I loved the Laura Mercier contour kit. I was worried about mentioning it because I really don't use the entire product. I don't use the 2 highlight products. I don't really know why. I haven't really gotten into cream kind of shimmer highlighting, if that makes sense. But I love these contour shades. There's a contour 1, a contour 2, and a contour 3, light, medium, and deep. I use the contour deep infrequently, but when I'm really feeling like I want to get my cheekbones out there. I have really fair skin, so it's probably not the best color for me to contour with, but I've used Contour 1 to death. I've already hit pan, and I love Contour Medium as well. They're really, really nice creams. They go on really consistently, there's no streakiness, and they blend beautifully as well. And the colors I find look really, really natural for contouring. Now, because those colors are a little bit dark for me, and most contouring colors end up being a little dark for me because I do have fair skin, I really like to use a bronzer as a transition that'll create a gradient between the darkness of the shadow that I'm trying to create from contour up into the paleness that is me and myself and the highlight that I use. So this is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Once again, it smells like cocoa powder, vanilla-y chocolate. It smells really, really good, and I love how this is a light brown. It's just really great, as I said, for a transition color between my contour and the rest of my face. And I like to use this to warm up my skin. For any fair skin girls, this is probably the best bronzer that I can recommend to you. It'll look natural. In terms of highlighter, I've loved so many different highlighters this year. This was kind of the year of strobing, so I tried so many. I liked the ColourPop ones. I loved Mary Luminizer by The Balm. I also loved Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in Champagne Pop, made by Jaclyn Hill, but nothing really compares to the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. Packaging, divine, open it up, big mirror, which I'm covering up at the moment, but this highlighter is just, it really is like dripping candlelight down the skin, as Charlotte says. It's so beautiful. You don't see any glitter pigment in there. It's really, really finely pressed, so it reflects light beautifully. It's a champagne gold color, and it just looks timelessly beautiful in the way that it glows. In terms of blush, I really couldn't pick just one. I'm sorry, but they're all kind of different, so I'm kind of not sorry as well. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in Mood Exposure. It's broken, so I'm trying to hold it up really, really gently, but it's so beautiful. It's got Mood Light, which is the lavender shade of kind of shimmering finishing powders that Hourglass makes, which I also love, and then a plum color, and it just adds a really beautiful, moody kind of film noir look to the skin, if that makes sense to you. I love makeup when it brings me to a place. I've said it before and I'll say it again, and this one really brings me to like a moody, early 20th century type of vibe. Next, for the later half of the year, I couldn't keep my hands off of the Urban Decay Afterglow Powder Blush in Video. This one is just everything. It's almost like a contouring color. It's got definite like browniness to it, but it's also kind of peachy. It's also kind of a dusty rose. It's just everything. It's really, really pretty. For days when I'm wearing a really bold look and I don't really want to wear blush, but I find that it really does warm up the skin and adds a little bit more life back to the skin, I'll wear this one and it looks so natural. The Urban Decay blush was the one that I was using for the later half of the year, but for the earlier part of the year, I was using Milani's Luminoso. Man, I love this blush so much. This is a peachy, almost corally shade, and I think it works great for any skin tone, from the fairest of the fair. Nikki Tutorials on YouTube loves it, and even it could be used as a really beautiful highlight on the darkest of skins. I love this blush, and I just think it goes with everything. Last but not least, onto lip products. So I have 3 lipsticks here, and I think that they represent basically what my year was like in lipsticks. Obviously, lipstick is kind of the most interchangeable part of your makeup, and I definitely came across a lot of different lipsticks this year, but these ones are definitely my favorites. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Kissing lipstick in Nude Kate, and this is my nude favorite for the year. Charlotte Tilbury, I'm sorry if you think I talk about Charlotte Tilbury way too much, but she's kind of my makeup idol. I wish she was basically like my fairy godmother, and all of her products are bomb. So actually, sorry, not sorry. This is Nude Kate. It's made for Kate Moss. I often find that with nudes, you can get this really peachiness to them that look terrible on me. It brings out a tone in my skin that I do not care to bring to the fore, but this one is a mix of a brown plus a little bit of a pink and a tiny bit of peachiness. It's really beautiful. The formula also is quite long lasting, but it's also hydrating, and like, look at the packaging. It looks like a rose gold column to the Temple of Fabulousness. I just love it. I follow the saga of Kylie Jenner's lips more closely than I care to admit this year, but I'm here admitting it now, so it was a big part of my year, and This lipstick is my favorite Kylie Jenner lip color. This is 1995 by Gerard Cosmetics. Jaclyn Hill also formulated it, and she followed her Instagram pictures very closely, Kylie Jenner's Instagram pictures, and she came up with a lipstick that looks like a combination between Whirl and Soar lip pencil, which is what Kylie was using at the beginning of that whole phenomenon that her lips created. And I really, really like this color. It's basically like a bricky brown red, but totally muted down with a nude lipstick, like a brownie nude. So it really does feel like a nude. I don't really wear bold colors from day to day. It's bad. I'm going to make a New Year's resolution to change that up. But this one feels like I'm wearing a nude even though it's a color. It's really gorgeous. Lastly, I thought that this kind of represented the zeitgeist of this year for lipstick as well. Lime Crime's Cashmere liquid lipstick, whatever it is, became so popular because it was this taupey gray, and it kind of launched the unconventional lip color trend. Like now we have browns and like green and purple and black and blue and all of these colors, but I feel like the Lime Crime color kind of started it all off. But I didn't want to buy any Lime Crime because of all of the controversy that was going on. I loved following Dupe That and Trendmood One and Lipstick Junkie Forever on Instagram this year because they did swatch comparisons of a lot of lipsticks, and Lime Crime Cashmere was one of the most popular to find dupes for, and this one was the closest and it was the first on the take. This is ColourPop Lippy Sticks in Tootsie. First of all, I love the lippy stick. I think that it's a really great idea. A little tiny stick that you can fit into your bag. It's not bulky, and it has a slanted tip so you can really get the curve and just on-the-go applications. The smell smells exactly like sugar cookies you'd bake for Santa, which I'm half into and half not into, but I mean, it's either here nor there. The color is like almost an exact dupe for Lime Crime Cashmere, but I think it's even more wearable because it's got that brown, it's got the kind of purpley gray that's really cool toned taupe, and it's also got a little bit more pink, so that's what makes it more wearable. I also just want to say that this is $5, and I love how ColourPop's business model is creating this intervention on the cosmetics industry and showing people that you can create quality cosmetics without having to pay crazy amounts of money for things. I really support ColourPop and I really like what they're doing. In terms of hair this year, I have two favorites. This is the Marc Anthony Oil of Morocco Argan Oil Conditioner. I also use the shampoo, but I find that I switch up the shampoo more often than I switch up my conditioner. This one is so beautiful. It smells like argan oil, and I used to have very kind of puffy hair. So if you have frizzy puffy hair, this tames it in a way that I can't even describe. And your hair feels so soft when you use it. I really, really love this conditioner, and I love that you can buy it at the drugstore. And then for dry shampoo, I have tried lots of dry shampoo this year, but my favorite is the Triple Sec 3-in-1 Dry Bar Dry Shampoo. And it smells so good. It smells kind of like vanilla citrus, I think. I can't really describe it, but it does. It smells basically like a really expensive hair product, and it creates that volume and texture that you like while still absorbing, you know, third day hair oil. It's just so good, and I just love the smell of my hair whenever I wear this. Please don't be mad that I haven't done a skincare video yet. I am going to get on it soon. I just want it to be perfect when I show it to you because I take skincare extremely seriously. But I'm going to show you two products that I personally find that I really can't live without. They're both from Paula's Choice. This is the Skin Balancing Pore Reducing Toner, and this is the Skin Perfecting 2% BHA Liquid. These two are just so essential for my skincare. I also use the Paula's Choice Cleanser, which I love very much, but I find if I don't tone my skin after I cleanse, the acid mantle or the pH balance is thrown off, and a whole world of sensitivity happens and just like imbalance. I end up getting kind of blemishes and I don't like it. And then this one here just really helps with my pores. I find it's a BHA liquid, so 2% salicylic acid, and it really does help to help cell turnover and keep buildup and clogs at bay. And these two are just so essential for me. The last favorites all come from a peculiar little Canadian company called Decay. I got to visit their lab earlier in the summer, and they're so cool. Really, they really are so cool. I have products from two of their brands that I really like to show to you today. These are the Hyaluronide Skin Boosters, and I also love the Sub-Q face serum, but I'm out of that and I threw out the bottle. This is the Hyaluronide Sub-Q Eyes though, and it's an advanced serum that's supposed to help all the things that I hate about my under eyes, basically. Fine lines, wrinkles, bags, discoloration. It has a tingling effect that's not too much for people who have sensitive skin, but it feels really nice and you can just feel it working. This is the Hyaluronide Glow Radiance Booster. I don't really understand how it does it, but it's basically like fake tan for your skin, but in a really subtle way. It just enhances very, very naturally the glow of your skin. And in the depths of winter, this is going to come in super handy so that I don't get too pale and ghost-like. Last but not least, a supplemental favorite. This is the Fountain, the Happy Molecule. I've tried quite a few of the Fountain products. This is basically like a liquid vitamin complex that you take. You can take it, I mix it into my morning water or morning juice. You can also make, they've used it to make cocktails, which I think is super fun. Or you could take it by itself, and it's just so nice. It smells really great. It's got a pineapple scent, but it's also got this derivative of carrots that when you smell it, it makes you feel happy. And I was obsessed with it because when I first smelled it at the Decay Labs, I was like, oh my god, I smell the happy. It's also got a hyaluronic acid matrix, and we all know that hyaluronic acid is this curious little molecule that attracts water and pulls it in and can hold up to 1,000 times its weight in water, and that will help to plump the skin. And so this is basically plumping your skin from inside out and making you happy at the same time. So that was it for my 2015 year-end favorites. Until next year, I hope you have just the best new year, and I hope it's filled with great lighting, even better selfies, and a whole lot of happiness. I'll see you then. Bye.